Nancy Shaw with Healthy Living. Today I'm going to take you through a nice, easy stretching routine that you can do at home. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with working our neck, and then we're going to continue working everything else in your body. So with our neck, let's just start by looking right and holding it, and then coming center and looking to the left. And center, we're just going to drop that chin down. Just feel a nice relaxation as you just let it hang. And then coming up, let's go ahead and drop the ear to one side and center, and then to the other side. All right, shoulder rolls. Go ahead and just round your shoulders to the back and then roll them to the front, nice and easy. All right, take your arms up, inhale, and one arm is just gonna open to the front, one arm to the back. Let's just rotate and look to the right. And coming center, and then let's rotate our body and look to the left. Remembering to keep that breath, inhale, and exhale, arms back down by your side. Taking it to a shoulder stretch. Just gently press right about your tricep with that hand, right across your body. And then that same arm is going to come up overhead, right above the elbow, and press to the back, working that tricep. Nice stretch through the upper arm. And then the other side, we're going to start by just crossing it over your body. Feel that nice shoulder stretch. And then up and right and back above the elbow, just a gentle press. All right, good job. We're going to take it 1 foot in front. We're going to take that other leg just slightly turned out. This is a warrior pose. So your heels are aligned. We're going to start with those hands on our hips. This knee can bend as much as you'd like to or as little as you'd like to. So we're going to start holding it here. And then gently bring your arms up overhead. Taking a nice deep breath, inhale and exhale. And from here, let's just go ahead and rotate one arm to the front, one arm to the back. Think of your arms as a nice long line, reaching to the front, to the back. And then we bend that front elbow, and we just let that elbow rest on top of our thigh. Some of you like it a little bit more advanced, so you can take that hand down to your mat, or again, just let it rest on that thigh. We want to keep that arm that's up to the ceiling, reaching up and opening up through that shoulder. And then we come back up, and let's just flow to the back. So this is called reverse warrior. We rotate our palm as our hand rests on our thigh, and then we reach up, opening that arm, lifting those fingers up to the ceiling. We're going to feel a nice stretch right through the lateral side of the body, and then coming back to that long line one more time, and then just returning back to your center, your mountain pose. Just standing, taking a nice deep breath here, not being in a hurry as we move from one pose to the next. And let's place our hands on our hips and go to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and heels aligned. My toes are going to be to the front. My other toes are slightly turned out. Just holding here, hands on your hips. You can stay here or working it up a little higher, either here or if your shoulders allow it, all the way up. And let's take it to that rotation. Again, one arm to the front, one arm to the back. Reaching, dropping into that thigh as much as you feel comfortable. Relaxing those shoulders, bending that elbow in, and again, letting it either rest on that thigh, or if you like that challenge of dropping down to the floor, you can do that as well. And we're going to flow back up, and then we're going to rotate that palm, taking it to that reverse warrior. Your other hand just slides down your thigh as you reach up. And coming back to our center one last time. We're going to push forward, come back to that mount pose. And of course, taking those nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's just practice a little balance. As we all know, balance needs to be practiced daily. So we're gonna start with our foot, just a little kickstand. Now this is a nice balance pose. You can stay right here. Hands are gonna come to our heart center. But if you like a little bit more of a challenge, you can start lifting that leg slightly up a little bit. If you start to feel wobbly, just drop it down. Some people like to take it up even higher on the thigh. And then while we're here, we're just gonna try to find a focus and open up our arms. This is called tree pose. Reaching up. And then we bring our hands back to our center. And we let those toes slide back down. And then we transfer our weight to the other side. So again, starting in that little kickstand. Again, staying here is just fine. Try to find that focus and that balance just with your toes against the floor. Or again, if you want to add that little challenge, you can lift. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Finding that focus. And then coming back to your heart center. And then slowly coming back down. We're going to slowly work our way down to the floor. So let's take a deep breath. Inhale. We call this a forward fold when we extend, when we hinge at the hips. A nice modification is just letting your forearms rest on your thighs, letting your head hang. Some people like, again, the extra challenge of letting the hands come all the way down to the mat. So as we do this, we just let ourselves kind of hang. It's nice to let the head just relax. So shake it yes, shake it no. Just let all the stress out of your neck. And then we're going to put one foot back, two feet back, and we're just going to do a down dog. Now some people don't care for a down dog. It stresses their back or their hips. So if that is you, just take it down to your mat. We will all be down in our mat. In just a few seconds, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to come to what's called child's pose, where we drop those hips back on our heels and we just have a nice stretch with the fingertips. If this bothers your shoulders in any way, you can just let those arms come behind you. Forehead can drop down forward on your mat. We're going to come up to all fours. I'm going to turn my mat this way so you can see me a little better. And we're just going to do what's called cat-cow. And with cat-cow, we're just really thinking about rounding through the spine. So we're going to think about rounding up and then flexing through the spine. What we're doing is we're really creating a lot of flexibility through that spine. This really keeps our spine healthy. So doing a few of these every day is a really great way to keep that spine very healthy. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to come down to our mat in a seated pose. And from here, we're going to lay on our back. We're going to just draw those knees into the chest, nice and easy. I always like to think of it as a slight massage to the spine. You can rock side to side. Then we're going to open up those arms and we're going to just let those knees fall to one side. So you're going to feel a nice rotation through the hips and the low back. And then coming up, we are going to rotate them to the other side. Taking a few nice deep breaths each time you take it to a pose. And then coming center, I'm going to again draw those knees into the chest. Let's go ahead and let one leg come long on the floor as the other knee stays in. Hands on that shin. Let's just lift our chin up to that knee. And down. And now let's rotate that ankle a little bit, both directions, working on that flexibility in those ankles. And then taking that opposite hand, we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure on the outside of that knee and just let it cross over your body. You're going to feel again a nice stretch through that low back and through that gluteal and the hip. And bringing that leg center, let's take it to the other side. So we start with your hands on the shin. Let's lift our chin up and hold. And releasing, again, let's go ahead and rotate that ankle both directions. And then taking your hand on the outside of that knee, just a little pressure. Feel it through the gluteal, the low back. And coming center, let's go ahead and place one foot on the floor with the knee bent. Extend one leg up to the ceiling and point and flex those toes. Again, you can also rotate the ankle again. You can never move your ankle enough. So point and flex, stretch those calves. And let's bend that knee and then stretch it one more time. A lot of times you can work a little deeper into the hamstring if you bend and straighten and do it a few times. So we're holding here. And then we cross that leg. Hands are going to loop around the opposite. We call this a figure 4 stretch. And just pull it gently into the chest. All right, let's take it to the other side. Leg long, feel that stretch again right up your hamstring. Let's think about the ankle, point and flex, rotate. And then bend that knee and extend and hold it nice, long stretch. And then crossing it, taking those hands, looping them around the opposite and pulling into the chest and hold. All right, legs are going to come down. Take those arms up to the ceiling. Just rotate your wrists and the fingers. And don't forget your fingers as you tap them to your thumb a few times through. Keep those joints moving. Now cross your arms. Take a nice big breath. Inhale and exhale and hug yourself a little tighter here. And let's do the other side. So arms open, we're gonna cross, we're gonna take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And then just take your arms by your side, just close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. It's a really nice time to clear your mind and just relax. Whenever you're ready, we're going to roll on one side. You can stay there for a moment. And then we're just going to gently push ourselves up to a seated position, taking your time. And I always tell our classes, come to whatever position feels good for you to sit in. So if cross-legged works, go ahead, or legs out in front. And we're just going to finish this session with a nice deep breath. Inhale, arms are going to come up to our center, and then exhale. All right, thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.